following review is intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised. Crimes of the Future.
Set in a futuristic dystopia where surgery is the new sex because doggy style and whatever this is called just don't cut it no more. Like the people in this world be into some freaky deaky shit. Like the helicopter don't even come close to what gives these people pleasure, because in this movie you can quite literally be deep, and I mean deep, inside someone's guts. I say quite literally for a reason, because a celebrity performance artist named Sal Tenzer, who apparently can grow new organs in his body, and mind you, growing new organs is a crime in this world, so he has them removed and tattooed by his lover in front of an underground audience. Basically, they're performing live sex for everyone's entertainment. Like this man that's getting his guts cut into was feeling absolutely stimulated, which you can clearly see by the way his tongue flopped out of his mouth. I was like, my man, compose yourself. And after that surgery, he had to add a zipper onto his stomach to close it up, which sets up the next sex scene where his lover unzips his stomach only to proceed to tongue fuck his organs. Like, what the fuck? I told you, literally deep inside his guts. Also, did I mention Kristen Stewart is in this? She plays a awkward woman who, after witnessing the live sex performance by these two, is wanting to get involved with this couple. Because she was certainly aroused witnessing the surgery being performed. You know, pretty exciting stuff since it's the new sex and all. And now she wants to be cut into as well. And she's very straightforward on her desires. Like in one scene, she out of nowhere sticks her fingers into Sal's mouth only to just stick them back into her mouth again. What the fuck? I know, right now you're probably like, what are you even talking about? What is this movie even about? And honestly, I have no idea. Even after reading the synopsis, it still makes no sense to me. Just like this entire movie made no sense to me. Which, to be fair, might be my fault because I showed up very late to my showing. I walked in, I sat down, then suddenly I see a mom suffocating her kid with a pillow until he stopped moving, and then proceeds to call the dad for he can see what she did. I was like, damn, what did I miss? And you're probably wondering, did the movie explain why the mom did that? No, not really. So when I got home, I had to find out why she did that, and apparently the reason why she did that was because the kid, her kid, was eating a plastic trash can, which is so fucking cool. This kid's basically a real life X-Men, but her, instead of finding it cool like me, she was disgusted by him and had to suffocate him. Now, I really don't know what this movie was about, but what I feel like this movie is somewhat about is human evolution and a statement on microplastics and our body creating new organs to eat it. And something about artists giving everything, bearing it all to the audience, or some type of bullshit like that. All in all, this has to be by far the worst movie I have ever seen. I have never wanted to leave a theater more than anything in my life. Worst experience I have ever had in the cinema. I was fighting so hard to stay awake. And I know it may sound interesting, but please trust me when I say this was so boring. The editing was done poorly. There was no character to care about in this. Plus, the main lead we do follow just irritated me by the way he ate food. Like throughout the majority of this film, he was just constantly clearing his throat. You know, basically the worst noises imaginable. It actually prevented me from sleeping. I know on one hand, I was fighting the urge to go to sleep. On the other hand, was being woken up by the sound of... And don't even get me started with that ending, because that was the biggest slap to the face. I was like, really? Fuck you. Now, I'm not someone to tell people to not watch a movie, but seriously, I cannot recommend this without feeling horrible about doing so. It honestly doesn't even feel complete. Seriously, even everyone who's praising it even acknowledges the fact that it doesn't feel complete, because it's not. Therefore, I have no choice but to rate it a 2 out of 10 and adding it here in my worst movies of 2022. And being number one isn't a good place to be. I'm done talking about this, and I really do hope I was able to save some of you before you watched this bore fest, which is not an exaggeration. It's seriously the worst movie I've ever seen. And for those of you who got tricked into watching this by the trailer and by the people who really hyped this movie up only because they got an early screening, you have my utmost sincere apology for having gone through that. I certainly feel your frustration, and just know here on this channel, I won't hype up something just because. Also, let me know you were one of the lucky ones I was able to save from experiencing this movie by hitting the like button. That way I can sleep peacefully knowing I was able to do something good for the majority of you. But with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on my next one.